Hello, I'm Caroline Goodner. I'm CEO of UpSpring Baby, and I'm here today with Dr. Susan Landers, who is one of the leading breastfeeding experts in the United States. Dr. Landers helped us develop the MilkScreen Calculator home test to measure breast milk production in moms. And Dr. Landers is very well qualified to have helped us. She is board certified in pediatrics, in neonatal and perinatal medicine. She is an executive committee member of the section on breastfeeding at the American Academy of Pediatrics, and she is a fellow of the Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine. So she is very well qualified to have helped us, and we're very grateful that she joined us and is joining us here today to answer a few questions.
It's a pleasure to be here.
What was motivating to you for helping to develop this test?
I have been taking care of breastfeeding moms and babies for decades, and I repeatedly hear from mothers, I felt like I wasn't making enough milk. I didn't know what I was doing. I had questions and I didn't know who to go to. And so anything that we can do to help a new mom, especially a first-time breastfeeding mom, to have confidence in her body's ability to make milk and nourish her baby would be a huge, huge addition to our tools to help breastfeeding mothers and babies. We know from clinical studies that moms stop breastfeeding or add formula unnecessarily because they think they don't have enough breast milk supply. It's the mother's perception of an inadequate supply with a crying baby, and she doesn't know what she's doing. We know that breastfed babies self-regulate. That is, the baby, when they're hungry, will nurse enough to demand that mother make a supply that will give her baby adequate milk production. And it is demand and supply system that works, and it's been working for humans for millennia. Our modern women don't have confidence in that process. And so one of the reasons that this kind of product is so important is that it's going to be a huge confidence builder for the average mom. This tool is going to help mom know if her milk supply is in the ballpark, too low, and it'll direct her to a professional, a pediatrician or a lactation consultant, or if she's got high breast milk supply.
Can you just walk us through the basic steps in the process of the MilkScreen Calculator test?
Well, mom either orders the test online or buys it in the store. She goes home, she registers her name and the baby's information online, and she follows the instructions for the test. She answers a few questions that helps us determine how things are going with her breastfeeding experience. And then she puts the information that she gets from the milk collection over a period of time into the computer, and then she gets a report back within a short period of time.
What is the process that mom goes through for, in this MilkScreen Calculator test? How can it determine what the daily breast milk production is for mom?
This test is based on data that are normative in the sense that hundreds of mothers have had very special calculations of daily milk supply. And our test, the MilkScreen Calculator, takes an estimated amount of breast milk supply over a shorter period of time and helps the mother know if she's low, normal, or high producing.
So this is a good estimate, or is it a precise calculation?
Well, MilkScreen Calculator is an estimate of the day's milk production, but in a scientifically studied, peer-reviewed, published paper, it's actually a good approximation. It's very close. In my mind, unless a mother is in a lab pumping her milk for 24 hours, not feeding her baby, or unless the mother is doing test weights before and after nursing for 24 hours, we're not going to know what her exact 24-hour daily milk supply is. That's impractical. We're not going to be able to do that. This test is an accurate estimate of the daily milk supply. It is an estimate of where she is on a point in time. for an 8-day-old baby, for a 2-week-old baby, for a 2-month-old baby. It will give her an idea of whether or not she's in the ballpark of normal milk production. It uses not only mother's milk supply, but an estimate of the baby's weight gain over a period of time. It is the growth of the baby that's the most important thing. So we have developed this test so that it measures milk production, and it gives mom an idea of whether the baby's weight gain is low, normal, or high. The World Health Organization, or WHO, developed growth curves for breastfed babies, and they're different than growth curves for formula-fed babies. And so we're going to give mothers the ability to plot their baby's growth on a growth chart, and they'll see the percentile. And this is very reassuring for moms whose babies are growing well. The average mom is scared they don't have enough milk supply. When you measure daily production of breast milk supply scientifically in a lab, some women who have very normal supply don't think they do. And when you give them the measurement that says you're normal, it increases their confidence in breastfeeding. Most of us who work with breastfeeding moms and babies know that 9 times out of 10, the problem is lack of maternal confidence. This test, this milk screen calculator, is going to give the average mom a normal value and more confidence to continue to breastfeed. We don't want a product that's going to upset mothers and make them think something's wrong. Most breastfeeding professionals think that the average mother doesn't realize that she has a normal milk supply. So we think this test should be reassuring. We want to make sure that women who have a low milk supply, less than 10th percentile, are directed to help, either their pediatrician or lactation consultant or both. And we want to make sure that the women who have a high milk supply are directed to help as well, so that they don't get in trouble.
In your mind, what would be true success?
The goal would be to make a difference in the first few weeks and months when moms are the most unconfident, have the most questions, and this test should help mom answer her questions or direct her to who she needs to see to answer her questions and help her with her breastfeeding.
I would love to thank you for being here today and for helping us develop this wonderful new product. Milk Screen Calculator, we believe, will really help breastfeeding moms succeed with their breastfeeding and give them the confidence they need to continue through, hopefully, the first year of the baby's life.
You're very welcome.